What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to more Dead by Daylight. In today's video, we are going to be checking out the developer update for the month of April. Now, before we get right into it, let's go and check out what behavior had to say on social media. They said this right here: get familiar with the changes coming in the 8.7.0 PTB, new quest system, Unhook spam prevention, improved skill check safety net, and more. So let's go ahead and get started. So here we are, you guys, the developer update for the month of April 2025. Let's get started. It says the 8.7.0 update will be here before you know it. So let's take a look at the notable gameplay changes you can expect from next week's public test build, including improvements we recently shared as of our quality of life initiative. So PTB coming next week. Really excited about that. Right under it does say, you may notice that this developer update, we haven't included the crunchy numbers associated with certain changes. Without the context of a PTB to dive right into, specific value changes can be difficult to contextualize in the form of a blog. Stay tuned for the PTB patch notes, where we'll share the precise values that are changing. Read on for all the details. Right under that does say new features. So the main thing right here, major update, as you can tell right there, it says the new quest system. So let's go ahead and dive right into this. I'm interested to see what this is even all about. It says new, added a quest menu to centralize all quest related content in one place. This replaces the daily ritual, tome challenges, and event tome systems. This is crazy. I can't wait to look into this. This is going to be nuts. I'm so excited about this. New quests are organized into distinct groups, including a daily quest, Rift Pass quests, and event quests. Quests do not need to be selected to be considered active. All available quests are eligible for completion at all times. That is so awesome and makes things so much easier. It says, upon completion, players receive quest rewards automatically without needing to return to the quest menu. New, added a milestone quest which rewards players for completing progressively higher amounts of common in-game actions, i.e. hooking survivors, whatnot. Under that does say, added the ability to pin multiple quests for easy reference in the lobby and match details screen in game. Quest notifications can be toggled on or off via the graphics options menu. Change, updated verbiage, if I'm saying that right, to use the term quest instead of ritual or challenge. Okay. Dev note, if you caught our latest live stream, you know what's up. If not, check out the recording here for all the details on all the new quest system. Our intention behind this system is that win or lose, we want trials to feel even more rewarding for players, making in-game tasks and rewards easier to engage with. What this means for you is that you can complete multiple quests per trial. You can pin quests to easily reference them in game, and rewards are unlocked automatically to minimizing the amount of time you spend in menus, among other things. Checking things off your to-do list should feel snappy and rewarding, and that's the feeling we're aiming for here. This is awesome. Once again, this is very simple, straight to the point, and it's gonna just make everything just all around that much easier. So this is good. Let's move on to the next section right here. It does say archives, tome, and rift changes. New, extended the number of levels in the Deep Rift and increased the number of available outfit variants within it. New, updated the final rift tier following the Deep Rift to act as a repeatable resource of blood points. Change, moved access to the archives from the lobby main menu to the bottom screen menu. Okay. All tome lore in the compendium is now unlocked for all players, unchanged. All existing tome challenges can still be completed for blood points and their page completion rewards. Note, they will not use the new quest system, which means they must be activated one at a time and redeemed once completed. There's a dev note. It does say, alongside the new quest system, we've also adjusted some of the game's other menus and features. With the Rift, we're really excited about how quests will make progression more streamlined, and are happy to share that we're adding even more content into the Deep Rift to spice those level ups. Under that, it does say, while the archives and compendium will remain accessible in game, Rift progression moving towards will be handled through the quest menu. So you'll likely see a lot less of these legacy spaces, as a fitting to show our respect for them. Previous tomes and their challenges will remain available for you to work through, and all lore is unlocked to let you walk down memory lane. That definitely is a lot to digest, so if you guys want to check out any of this stuff that we're checking out right now, make sure you guys go down in the description below and click the link. I'll go ahead and leave a link for all this stuff. But it's a major update. I'm looking forward to what they're coming up with, what they're cooking with, so we're just gonna have to wait for the PTB. Right under that, it does say Perks Preview and Lobby. It is a medium update. New, added a widget highlighting a player's own perks in the pregame lobby. New, newly unlocked survivors and killers come pre-equipped with a perk in their first slot. Dev note, there's a lot of info that new players face when opening the game, so we want to highlight the importance of perks for them. The widget uses a visual effect to let players know if they have unused perk slots, make it easy to jump to that menu with a single click. Pre-equipping a perk for newly unlocked characters also helps ease players into the game, ensuring they won't be at a disadvantage in their first trial if they miss the perks menu. Okay, alright, for new players mostly, that's what this is basically for. It does say pre-equipped items and add-ons in this next section. It is a medium update. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like the same thing like with the perks. It says newly unlocked survivors come pre-equipped with a small set of items and add-ons as well as some extras in their inventory. Newly unlocked killers come pre-equipped with a small set of add-ons as well as some extras in their inventory. Dev note does say similar to the above. Yep. As we look to the future of Dead by Daylight, it is important that we reevaluate players' first steps within the game. It's not always clear that they should check a newly unlocked character's loadout before entering the trial. Giving these items and add-ons to newly unlocked characters allow us to highlight the basics of a character kit, giving players something to use in their first few trials. And right under here, it does say Unhook spam prevention. This is a medium update. It's going to be interesting to check out. It says each survivor can attempt to unhook another survivor 3 times. On the next attempt, they cannot cancel this interaction. Each survivor's individual hook attempt counts resets when the hooked survivor exits the hook state. That is crazy, and I'm sure a lot of trolls are going to be very sad with this update right here. The dev note does say it's not lost on us. Am I reading that right? Yeah, okay. It's not lost on us that unhooking can be used by survivors to grief others. Yep, there we go. While we know there can be strategic regions to cancel and unhook, this isn't something that should be occurring over and over. By setting a limit on this action before it becomes uninterruptible, our goal is to ensure well-meaning players to have the flexibility to change their tactics on the fly, while also preventing others from using this action for griefing purposes. Alright, like I said, once again, troll players, they're gonna be very sad with this. And also, you know, it's funny, it's fun sometimes, but whenever you're like trying to win and actually escape the trial, this is a problem for sure. But let's go ahead and keep it going. Under that, it does say improve skill check safety net. New, added an additional window of time in which a skill check will be nullified when letting go of an action as the skill check pops up. The dev note does say, we've all been there, you get off a generator just a fraction too late and boom, you trigger a failed skill check. As a result of your feedback, we've added a slightly extended grace period of letting go of generators and healing actions. This should help reduce the frustration of a rogue skill check alerting the killer without being so generous that you can be careless with your actions. That is a medium update. I actually kind of like this because, yeah, I mean, we've all been there. Whether you're like about to finish the generator or you're about to finish the healing on your teammate and you just get off it for whatever purpose and it's just, you know, everything goes wrong. But let's go and keep it going. It says killer updates. The Houndmaster is getting a minor update. The change is decreased dog chase command vault speed. Okay. Increase the blood point rewards for all deviousness scoring events. The dev note does say when vaulting, Snug feels a little fast given how his animation plays out. This can feel off and leave survivors with very little time to react. We decrease Snug's vault speed slightly to better match his animation, while giving survivors a little more flexibility while being chased around pallets. We've also seen your feedback that the Houndmaster's Bloodborne rewards needs a little buff. We've doubled the reward values of all her deviousness scoring events to help this in line. Alright, let's go ahead and keep it going. Looks like we're almost done with the dev notes. Let's go and move on to status effect updates on haste and hindered stacking. It is a medium update. The first thing does say haste no longer stacks with other haste effects. Dang. Alright. Hindered no longer stacks with other hindered effects. Alright, keep it going. Updated status effects widgets to display current haste and hindered values. This can be disabled in the game options. Updated select perk descriptions to change base movement speeds adjustments to haste or hindered effects. Introduce small buffs to perks which previously relied on stacking. Okay, yeah, I was wondering how this was gonna work. The dev note does say, historically stacking status effects like haste and hindered, as well as base movement speed changes, has led to circumstances while certain perk combos made for this, hope, anyone, yep, ended up far more powerful than intended. They definitely know what the community is doing. By streamlining these effects, you'll only ever move as fast or as slow as the highest haste or hindered effect currently active. Note, this highest value of these two effects will still interact with each other. Our intention is to limit instances of overtuned combos while making their effects easier to understand, especially as we welcome new players into the fog. Stay tuned for the PTB patch notes for an overview of the perks that will be receiving small buffs to account for the removal of this stacking. Alright, but there we go. That is the medium update when it comes to the hindered and haste effects. Let's go and move on to the final section here that we have of the dev notes. It is one perk update, which is the Hex Pentimento update. It is a medium update, as you can see right there. Let's go and get started. Man, this is a pretty lengthy dev note. But it does say, when a totem is rekindled, survivors' healing and repairing speeds are reduced. This effect is increased for each additional rekindled totem. If all 5 totems are rekindled simultaneously, all totems are permanently blocked by the entity. Survivors cursed by this perk see rekindled totems auras within a small radius. Hex Pentimento no longer reduces recovery speed from being downed or gate opening speed. The dev note does say, it's no secret that Hex Pentimento's repair speed debuff its strongest effect and main draw. With this change, we moved away from giving the full power of this debuff at one totem, instead gradually increasing healing and repair debuffs give this effect a more gradual power curve. This preserves its focus on slowing survivor progression without being too dominant at one totem. As for aura reading, our goal is to help support solo players who don't have the benefit of teammates to help with totem callouts. Until next time, the Dead by Daylight team. But there you guys have it, the developer update for the month of April. Let me know what you're most excited for down in the comments. Me personally, I'm excited for the new quest system. I'm definitely interested to see what they come up with when it comes to that. But anyway, that's good for me. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Definitely does help a lot. Follow me on Twitch if you want to see any DVD action live. I'll see you guys next video. Make it right. Later.